Hey everybody, today's review is going to be on the Leknes Outdoor Sports GoPro Bundle. I'm not exactly sure if I'm saying that properly, but that's how it's spelled. So this is a pretty big bundle. As you can see here, it barely fits in my frame. I'll go ahead and go over everything that's in it real quick and then talk about a few of the minor complaints that I have about this set. So first of all, over here we have our chest strap. Pretty self-explanatory. The little mini tripod, and it's got little flexible legs so you can wrap it around a tree branch or a pole or something to that nature. Right here is the head strap. This one goes around your head. We've got a little carrying case. I'll go into that in just a little bit as well. It also comes with a carabiner that you can hook onto the zipper and use it to transport that way. This is a wrist mount, and this thing can be unlocked by the push of that button, and then it swivels around like that. And I will admit it only locks in certain places, and it is kind of tricky to get the lock feature to work, like right there. It's kind of tough to push in there, but it does lock tight once you get it locked. So that one goes around your wrist. We've got a dash mount right here. This is for snorkeling or water sports where you can attach it on. It's got an additional wrist wrap, but it'll float, and it's really bright so you can see it in the water floating. These little guys are fog reducers. You put them inside the GoPro, inside the case, right along in here, and it will help reduce the fog. I have not actually tried those out, so I'm not sure if they work or not, but sounds like a great idea. Okay, you've got this clamp here. This you can put in your pocket, on your belt. Pretty much clamp it about anywhere, and this actually swivels too if you wanted to change the way it faced. Okay, we've got down here the selfie stick and the selfie stick attachment here, and I want to go into a little, and perhaps this is just an addition to use with a phone or something else, because this does not work well with the GoPro, and I'll explain that in just a minute. You've got two vibration reducers. These go inside like these clamps here, so that once they're clipped on, it doesn't pick as much sound up in the GoPro, the vibration. And that's going to be one of my complaints, the way those things fit. Handlebar attachment. These guys, these little extensions, to either change the angle or increase the distance from the attachment. These ones hook onto either the mini tripod up here or the selfie stick. You've got this strap. This is for the remote, for anyone that has the remote. That strap's for that. This is a helmet cam attachment. So these right here can go in the little spaces in a helmet, like a bike helmet or something. You can use these straps and adjust them and wrap them through the helmet there, and then this sits on top of the helmet. It's slightly curved. This little tool here, this can help tighten or untighten these things if you need it for some reason. And then you've got these. This one's flat, so you can attach that pretty much anywhere you want to. Anywhere you want to take a GoPro, you can attach one of these, or one of these guys that's slightly concave for like the edge of a surfboard or something. And they come with the 5 different 3M adhesive strips. So this one here can go on the end of a surfboard as well. And it's got this little cutout here because you've got these little safety attachments. So you'd put a 3M adhesive strip on there, put the other end of the GoPro, tie one of these strings through it, and then it's kind of a safety measure in case your GoPro pops out of there somehow. It'll still be attached to the board and won't go anywhere. So you've got 3 of these little safety connectors. And then a bunch of your little screws that attach all these together. There's quite a few of those. You have 7 of the big ones and 2 of the little knobs, and then there was one additional, which I'm not sure what that's for. Also your little floaty guy. This will keep your GoPro floating if you want to attach it to the back with one of the 3M strips here. You can attach it directly to the back of the waterproof housing and it will cause it to float. Okay, to my complaints. The first one is the selfie stick attachment here. We can screw this guy on, and just let me show you how this has this really can't work with a GoPro, not to where you feel safe using it. So with the waterproof housing on, if you take the waterproof housing off, it's not even tall enough for it to hold it. So you can't use it unless you put it in there sideways, and then that's just a little bit weird. But I guess you could use it sideways and it would function, but I would be a little bit nervous. So if you put this in like this, I mean, it holds it, but it's kind of strange with that there. I wouldn't feel safe with that elevated anywhere. I don't think it's holding it, it's gripping it very well. And it won't fit this way very well either. So it really isn't meant to hold a GoPro, it'll hold your phone. So if you're going to use the selfie stick, the best thing to do is just to attach one of these to the end of it. This guy here. And even that, I mean, it doesn't go on tight enough to, so, you know, the selfie stick really isn't going to work well with the GoPro that comes in here. Complaint number 2 involves these clamps and the vibration reducers. Once these are on here, they go on there quite easily. But if you look there, in order to push one of these vibration reducers through there, I mean, there's not much room at all. Whereas if you look at, here's the official GoPro one that came in. Hopefully you can see that on the camera there. If you can't, there's significantly more space in the official GoPro one, and the vibration reducers just slide right in without much issue at all. It would be very difficult, and I tried pushing one in there and it was almost, I mean, I really couldn't get it to go in. The only way you'd use one is to stick it on before and then cram it up there, and that's really not ideal. But so, don't fit as well as the original GoPro. So my last and final complaint, and it's not a major one, but the case here, you can tell it's got a cutout for your GoPro, which fits well. But for the life of me, I cannot find something that fits in these slots right here, the way they're cut out. For example, looks like they may be cut out for maybe the additional housing backs, but they're too short. They don't fit in like that. If you put it in like that, it's not gonna, I mean, you can force it to close, but it doesn't appear to be designed for that. So I'm not exactly sure what it's for. So I mean, I can put a battery in there and it fits about halfway in. So I mean, you can use them, but it's just strange that they're designed for apparently something that I can't figure out what. Maybe one of these fits in there, I don't know. But these other ones are just a little bit too small to fit a battery, which I thought was bizarre as well. They will fit one of these little extenders, so maybe that's what they're for. But I just thought that the way these cutouts were for this case were very bizarre. I would rather have in my case the GoPro, a few batteries, maybe the battery charger, things that I want to be more protected than these plastic connectors. So anyways, that's my review. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars because of the few complaints I had. They seem decent quality. I mean, they're not quite GoPro, and these are a little bit stiffer than the GoPro ones and maybe a little bit more brittle, but I think they'll work great. I mean, you get a ton. The price is fantastic. So I really don't have any major complaints that would take it down to less than 4 stars. So I would recommend it. The price is fantastic. I mean, at $27, you really can't beat it. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment. And if you found this review helpful, click yes below. Thanks for watching.